When I purchased shares in Cable Bahamas was offering a service that I appreciated. And I thought, seeing that it was something new on the block, it was interested enough for me to be a part of it. They have a chance to be the number one, particularly in mobile field. You have already earned the right to be the next provider. You've earned that from Joe Public, from the Bahamian people.
Government funds the Baha Mar employee payroll for the second time. Urban Renewal Co-Chair Algernon Allen eager to appear before the Public Accounts Committee. Plus, why the lights and scene process for web shops keeps getting delayed. We've got those stories and more coming up tonight. I'm Dana Smith, and NB12 starts right now. Topping news tonight, the Prime Minister expected to address the nation tonight on the way forward for Baha Mar, following talks in China that failed to yield the desired resolution, despite days of negotiations among the parties involved. NB12 understands that the government's lawyers have filed a winding-up petition in the Supreme Court, seeking approval of the appointment of a provisional liquidator that would take over full control of Baha Mar's affairs moving forward. We're unclear on exactly when the Prime Minister's address will air, but it is expected that the Prime Minister's address will outline the exact steps the government has taken and will take regarding Baha Mar in the coming days. Meantime, we understand that Baha Mar is still trying to find a resolution with its contractor and negotiator. To repeat, we understand the government's attorneys filed a winding-up petition in the Supreme Court, seeking approval of the appointment of a provisional liquidator that would take over full control of Baha Mar's affairs moving forward. Prime Minister Christie is expected to outline during a national address tonight the details of the government's plan to deal with Baha Mar moving forward. Well, Attorney General Alison Maynard Gibson, who led a delegation to China over the weekend for 2 days of negotiations, briefed the Prime Minister and Cabinet this morning. Maynard Gibson said the trip went well and government has paid Baha Mar employees for the second time this month. Vonnie Toot reports.
Hours after Attorney General Alison Maynard Gibson and the Bahamian delegation arrived home from China, they briefed cabinet ministers on 2 days of talks regarding the Baha Mar crisis. Following that 3-hour meeting, Maynard Gibson would only tell reporters outside Cabinet office today.
It was a very fruitful endeavor, and the Prime Minister will, I just briefed Cabinet on the matter, and the Prime Minister will be addressing the nation on it.
How soon?
Probably today.
We heard that talks fell through.
It was a very fruitful trip, and the Prime Minister will be addressing the nation later on.
What reassurances can you just give to Bahamians who are still questioning?
The Prime Minister will be addressing the nation later on.
And we know that the government is supposed to pay.
Maynard Gibson's assertion that talks were fruitful contradicts comments from sources close to the matter, who told NB12 on Wednesday that attempts to negotiate a deal in the Baha Mar dispute failed. Cabinet ministers were also briefed today by Lauren Klein from the Attorney General's office and Senior Policy Advisor Sir Baldwin Bethel, who accompanied the Attorney General to China and were seen leaving Cabinet office this afternoon. We understand government also met with attorneys who were also seen exiting the building. NB12 also attempted to get an update from the Prime Minister immediately after Cabinet met.
Hi, Prime Minister. Any update for us, sir? Any update on Baha Mar?
Just a line, Prime Minister.
One line.
Just a line.
Deputy Prime Minister Philip Davis and Tourism Minister Obi Wilchcombe also refused to comment.
They told us we must keep our mouth shut. No, he's the PM should address you.
PM's gonna talk to you coming down, right?
You know that.
He's a big chief.
A Bahamian delegation headed by the AG mediated talks between Baha Mar, its contractor, and lender. A source close to the matter said Baha Mar CEO Sarkis Merlian asked the Export-Import Bank of China for an additional $600 million to complete the stalled Cable Beach project and deal with operational expenses. The bank was reportedly willing to provide additional funding, but was unable to receive a guarantee from the developer. The AG also confirmed that government paid more than 2,000 Baha Mar employees today. It's the second time government has paid their salaries since the developer filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in the United States.
Salaries for the Baha Mar employees
They
today?
were paid today.
They were paid today.
They were paid today.
All of the employees?
The Bahamian employees.
The same amount that was given the last time? Will government be doing that again next month?
Or is this the final payment from government?
I can't say that.
And how important is it to make sure these employees remain paid while this issue is going on?
Let the Prime Minister address the nation. I don't want to preempt him. I don't want to preempt the Prime Minister.
Government also paid $2 million to cover the salaries of Bahamian employees at Baha Mar 2 weeks ago. Though Baha Mar was granted approval by a U.S. judge to pay its employees' salaries, benefits, and severance, the orders can only take effect in the Bahamas if a Bahamian judge approves them. Baha Mar said in a statement yesterday the continuing discussions are between private parties and the sensitivity of their content is critical to being able to try to work toward a consensual resolution. Reporting for NB12, I'm Vonique Tude.
Former Progressive Liberal Party Cabinet Minister Loftus Roker today said he still doesn't know why Baha Mar wasn't built in phases. The outspoken retired MP, who recently criticized Baha Mar developer Sarkis Merlian for blasting the government, told Rotarians of West Nassau today the multi-billion-dollar resort is simply too big for Nassau, and he questioned if it could ever be filled given its close proximity to other well-established hotel brands.
But it's too late now. There's nothing we could do about that. And I wish Baha Mar succeeds, because if it does not, we will be in plenty trouble, all of us. See, don't worry about Mr. Christie and Mr. Ingram. Bahamians will be in problem.
According to Roker, there is still a lot of information surrounding Baha Mar that the public has yet to find out. He said the Baha Mar dilemma is a warning for those in charge to reduce the amount of Bahamian land being given away and sold. He said if this continues, eventually there would be none for the country's citizens.
The Bahamas is not a large country. We think it is, but it's a small country. And if we allow foreign governments to come here and buy up the best land we have in the Bahamas, sooner or later we will have no Bahamas and there will be no Bahamians.
In other news, following Prime Minister Christie's tabling of the Auditor General's report in Parliament yesterday, Urban Renewal Commission co-chair Algernon Allen says he is eager and ready to appear before the Public Accounts Committee to testify about the Urban Renewal Program. Allen also said he feels vindicated. Simone Davis reports.
Since Allen and Cynthia Mother Pratt refused to meet with the PAC until after the Prime Minister tabled the Auditor General's report, Allen said they were practicing good governance because they didn't want to do anything to breach the Constitution. However, he said now they are ready to prove that Urban Renewal was never involved in any funny business.
We were adamant that we would do it in accordance with proper constitutional regard, as so we are free of this contamination.
The PAC is using the report in its investigation into urban renewal. According to the report, Auditor General Terence Bastian found that there was a lack of accountability, transparency, and due diligence in the management of the URC Small Home Repairs Program, its execution, and the quality of the work done. He also found that 11 contractors were paid $171,000 for work that was either incomplete or never done. This caused an uproar among many, with members of Parliament like Marco City MP Greg Moss, who said he also had a personal experience far from a positive one with urban renewal. Allen said his main goal is to now focus on meeting with the PAC to get urban renewal back on track.
We would hope that at the end of the day, the PAC would be fully appreciative of our mandate, would know that we are about good work, would appreciate that there is no other agenda, no hanky-panky, no nonsense, but just a pursuit of seeking to help those in distress, those in need, and that they would, along with us, see how we can best deliver the work of urban renewal with transparency, with accountability, and ensuring at the end of the day that the job is well done.
While he said he's pleased that the report was finally tabled, PAC Chairman Hubert Chipman told Nassau Guardian that the government has completely frustrated the process and asked where do they go from here. Chipman also said he would have to seek legal advice to determine whether the process starts all over. Allen suggested that the process was both frustrating and challenging.
It was, to say the least, challenging, because we knew that all of us are well-intentioned, and all of us were as clean as the ocean breeze, so to speak. But here was thrown up this specter of wrongdoing. And it is so sad that this great Christian work, this great One Bahamas work, should be contaminated.
Chipman indicated that he plans to meet with the Urban Renewal co-chairs sometime in August. Reporting for NB12, I'm Simone Davis.